Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I wanted to share a project with you that I did this week that I think you'll enjoy. It's a little bit of a bittersweet project, as I had a beautiful walnut tree here on our property that was unfortunately blown down in a storm in the spring. The storm basically took out the entire top of the tree, so we had the rest of the tree removed and cut it into two 13-inch sections, or 13-foot sections of the trunk. And I've had the trunk stacked over on the side of the property for the last couple months, waiting to get the skid steer back so that I could take it to the mill. Well, my friend Luke has a hobby mill. It's a Woodland Mills 7 horsepower mill, I believe, and offered to mill the lumber for me. So he and I took the skid steer and we loaded up the logs and put them on a trailer and hauled them about 20 miles to his property this week. The logs probably weighed close to 2,000 pounds a piece, I would guess. It, for the most part, maxed out the weight limits of the skid steer and was actually tipping me forward a little bit. So we threw some chains around the logs and hung it off of the forks, and that allowed the center of weight to be a little bit lower, and it made it a little bit easier to get them on the trailer. But we hauled them to his property and recruited our dads to help us, and started milling those up. Once we got to his house, we unloaded them with his tractor and set them on the mill using his forks and started milling. The log diameters ranged anywhere from about 22 inches to 26 inches, which nearly maxed out the capacity of his mill as well, but using a chainsaw we trimmed down the edges of the logs a little bit, just so that the mill would fit around the logs. We cut those down into a cant, which is a square, took a round log and made it square, and the largest cant that we had was 13 inches, and that was solid walnut, which is a pretty good sized log. Once we squared up the logs, then we went ahead and milled those into lumber. I milled them into 2 1/8 inch boards, and the idea is that that'll be thick enough that I could plane it down and use that possibly as a dinner tabletop in the future. Once we loaded them up on a trailer and split up the lumber between the two of us, he's a woodworker as well. I brought them back here to the shop, and we stickered them on a few pieces of, we stickered them on some cinder blocks that we leveled up really well, and stacked them in the shed behind the shop here for drying. If they're 2 1/8 inches thick, they'll probably require drying for maybe a couple years, 1 to 2 years before I would consider using them for a project. But I'm really excited about those. The grain pattern is really beautiful. There wasn't a ton of knots in it. It's going to really turn to be some beautiful pieces whenever I decide to use that for a project. We milled up hundreds of board feet with only one bandsaw blade. We did use a new bandsaw blade, and his mill cut through it super easily. Really surprisingly easy. Once I got them all stickered up, we tarped the end to keep water off of the edges of the boards, and have that all set up where it can sit and dry for a couple years. So anyhow, I really thought you guys would enjoy this project. I certainly am excited about it, and I'm excited about the future projects that we can do with that. It'll be really fun to use that walnut for not only potentially a dinner table, but also cutting boards and all sorts of other furniture projects as well. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the shop this week. I've been busy with Christmas planning and all of that, and I've also been working on a few Christmas gifts as well. Just a quick channel update. If you're wondering about the treadle lathe project, I'm still making progress there, and I should have the next video out soon of the treadle wheel. I'm almost finished with it. I'd also like to say we've picked up a lot of new subscribers in the last couple weeks. We posted the French cleat video, I think it was 10 to maybe 12 days ago, and it's done really, really well. Picked up probably close to 250 subscribers with that video, which is awesome, and picked up a ton of watch time as well. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining, and thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you'll check out our other videos. So anyhow, look out for new videos soon. I've got several planned, and even have a Christmas project or two that I'm going to share with you as well. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.